15 love. Third love.
I think the field has been able to exploit two things in Tsitsipas's game. One being the backhand. I think that's something that's changed over the last couple of years. The ability to probe it, and the other is to exploit his return of serve.
14 love.
I think they've been a lot more intelligent as well, where they serve, how they serve, not always with pace, but with a lot more height and flight to get that ball up on him.
Got some leg speed.
He certainly does. That is one thing he is not short of.
He's also got a very bright outfit there, Robbie. Almost need my shades.
Not sure I'd wear that colour if I was going fishing.
I think you'd look good in that.
Might give away my positioning on the bank. Tsitsipas just, for a moment there, sort of deep in concentration. He didn't know what the score was.
Game, Tsitsipas.
We're keeping an eye on a few things for Tsitsipas this evening. How effective the serve is, what the first serve percentage is like, how he manages the backhand. I'm very keen to take a look at that. Won all 3 matches at the United Cup. Good win against Taylor Fritz. Beat Billy Harris in a third set tiebreak. But did lose first round in Adelaide to Alexander Vukic. Didn't lose serve there.
In Adelaide?
Yep, but still lost 6 and 6. Did you see any of that, Fitzy?
A little bit. You know, I felt like he's still struggling with that backhand in the matches I've seen this summer. It's been a little bit of an Achilles heel. The forehand is so good.
It's so good. The fact that Mochizuki played him at the United Cup just a couple of weeks ago, it's a good taste tester. We've got a good feel for what Tsitsipas is all about.
I think he prefers when the ball comes to that backhand wing, Mochizuki. He's pretty safe with that two-hander. And I think the conditions here, because he hits it flat, it's a bit heavier at night. It should suit him on that side, I think.
Loves to come in, given half a chance.
Well, he got caught, didn't he? He was forced to go for something a little bit more difficult than he wished he had to go for. So good backhand there from Tsitsipas. Didn't overplay it, just got it low and awkward.
top-ranked Japanese player these days is Mochizuki at 112, just 3 spots ahead of Yoshihito Nishioka. Got 4 players ranked between 100 and 200. Watanuki is ranked 162. Shimbakuro is ranked 144.
One game.
But if you're wondering, well, how did he get into the tournament when the cutoff would have been just over 100? Well, when the cutoff date was made, Mochizuki, fortunately for him, was at a career high ranking of 92. So he just snuck in there before the cutoff time. It's always nice.
Sneaky.
Oh, love a bit of sneaky.
Perfect timing. Well, of course, if he didn't sneak in there with the main draw, he would have been one of the top seeded qualifiers in the qualifying event. But that's a long journey there to win 3 against quality players to get to this stage.
Let us.
That forehand is so versatile, and it can create angle for him because of the spin. Wonderful top spin. He can take the ball out of court, makes the opposition move further because of the angle. Really versatile on that wing. And he crunches it.
30-15.
Well, lucky enough to have John Fitzgerald alongside me, even better as well. We've got somebody courtside to help us out, Fitzy. Ryan Harrison, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to join the party. You guys are going to keep that energy up there. I'll try to keep pace.
Of course, you spent a lot of time in and around Bradenton. Shintaro's been in and around that place for a long time. What can you tell us that we don't know?
Yeah, Shintaro's been a guy who he's had some ups and downs ever since being the world #1 junior. He struggled a bit with some confidence once he turned pro. He was getting used to the physicality of the men's game. That's really good stuff there. And he does this well. He's a good mover. He's very comfortable at the net. There was a physical element of the game that he kind of had to get used to as he started playing these guys who really built their bodies up and developed over the years. And it's one area he's gotten a lot better for his size. He's filled out nicely. He's getting a lot more on the ball now than he used to. And he's got a great backhand, as Fitzy was saying earlier. It's very compact and definitely the more consistent and strong side for him.
Game Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas leads by 2 games to 1.
Always plenty of Greek support. That's how we like it. Passionate fans. 2-1 Tsitsipas. Well, doesn't that look just awesome? Rod Laver Arena, the centerpiece. We're just to the right of that. It's Margaret Arena. Big difference in firepower between these two, but this man likes to take the ball very early. Be a nice contrast of styles.
We've mentioned, haven't we,
Love 50.
about the Tsitsipas forehand, and here's the comparison with his Japanese opponent tonight. The speed is quite vastly different. So from A to B, he's got a lot more, or a lot less time is taken to get to the other end. He's got more power, and look at that spin rate. That's the big one, and because that makes a forehand heavy, and that's what Mochizuki doesn't have on that wing. He's got a very accurate double-hander, as Ryan was saying, but not the spin on the forehand side, which is quite a modern trend. And there you saw evidence of it.
Love 30.
He's such a big guy out here, but you underestimate how quickly Steph moves around the court. Looks like there's some space there for the backhand volley from Shintaro, and quickly Steph is into the open court and curling that forehand back into the court. Beautiful passing shot.
One of his favorite shots. Keep an eye on it, the inside-in forehand.
Fitzy, we were both there in Perth for the United Cup when these guys played, and it felt a little bit like Shintaro didn't play within himself. He tried to match Tsitsipas power for power and way overplayed. He didn't stay to his game style, and you know, he's got to do what he does well. He can't try to play Steph's game.
How are the conditions, Ryan? Is it heavier down there? Well, it would be a lot heavier than the day here in Melbourne. What about compared to Perth? I mean, do you think that these conditions might suit Mochizuki a bit better than they did in Perth?
Well, it'll suit him because the ball won't get up as much. It's not as hot outside. Daytime sessions, the ball will be reacting off the court, bouncing up. Shintaro likes the ball lower.
40.
Really pretty much shoulder level and below. When he's in the zone, he's got a very flat and linear production with his shot, especially on that forehand wing. The backhand is a little bit more capable of managing the high ball. On the forehand side, if it gets above shoulder level, that's always been a spot that he struggles. So I do think the heavier, cooler conditions will suit him.
Precise. And the lateral vision there from Tsitsipas. Saw the opposition coming forward. Shintaro tried to sneak in there, and not a bad move, but this little deft slice across court is too good. You got to take pace off that to make it work. Perfect.
Mochizuki's got 99% of the court covered. Just not that bit.
Well, I like what he's doing. He's mixing it up a bit. That wasn't a deliberate, premeditated serve and volley.
Advantage, Mochizuki.
He saw that the serve created enough angle. It was going to make Tsitsipas defend. Then he went forward. So it was a bit of a serve, wait, and in he goes when he saw that it was the right ball to volley.
Robbie has a great term for that.
Pray tell.
serve, survey, and volley. Or as Yvonne Goolagong used to do, serve, saunter, and volley.
Oh, you've got to be a genius to do that, though.
Well, guys, of course, there's two ways you can really do damage to your opponent. You can swing bigger if you have the firepower, as long as it's under control, or you can take time away. And for Shintaro, he's got to use that ability to take time away and get inside the court to his advantage, because pound for pound, if they swing just haymaker for haymaker, he's not going to win this match.
Well, he gets away with that, but I'm not convinced that that second serve in the middle of the box and volley is going to work either, because that forehand is too good to just serve straight to it and run in. But he gets away with it on this occasion.
That shot is soaked in quality.
Yes.
Just watch how often he'll hit the forehand inside in. He hits it as good as anybody. I think he hits it the best on tour. There, boom. Changes the dynamic of the point. Cross court, he loves the same spot. Cross court again. Inside in. Boom, thanks for coming.
Well, it's an indication that Shintaro doesn't want to get involved in that head-to-head from the back of the court. So he's come in with a game plan. He wants to move forward more. The previous point probably made that decision for him.
Another chance to break.
Yeah, he likes using the pace of the opposition, doesn't he? So he really restricts that swing on the forehand wing, shortens it up, and then just bunts the ball down the line more than really cracks it. Takes it on the rise, just bunts it down the line, and that's effective. He's prepared to come forward after that. So I like that play, but he needs the right ball to do it.
And I think it's a great fit for Tsitsipas. His favourite forehand is the inside in and the cross-court forehand. So the quadrant of the court that he's aiming towards is on the forehand side of Mochizuki, which is his weaker wing. It's a bit of a hand-in-glove scenario.
Yes.
Just can't afford to give away free points. That wasn't a difficult return.
Now, just 171 kilometres an hour. He's taken a huge cut at it.
Huge. And just a free point off that backhand wing. I don't mind him taking a cut at that, but look, he missed that one on the forehand side, but he won't miss too many. But the backhand wing, that's a worry.
Let us.
Well, those balls need to be made. It's looking a gift horse in the mouth here and has the opportunity. Tsitsipas goes across court and leaves himself vulnerable. I mean, that should have been pushed down the line, really, percentage-wise. He goes across court, opens the court up for Shintaro, and he just never looked like making this hit halfway down the net. Big opportunity missed. What did you call that? The serve, survey, and volley?
That's it.
Only Robbie Koenig.
You just behave, Mr. Fitzgerald.
He gets out of it. Wins the game.
Mochizuki.
Good effort. And use some variety. He'll be happy with that. But there's a vast difference in the serve, isn't there?
Two games.
Well, this is going to be an interesting game for Steph. A lot of those chances, as you guys were saying, were not strong serves. They were balls that were on the racket. He had some openings there with the high volley that Mochizuki missed, and the crowd is coming in here at 2 games apiece. I think the ushers, just because that game was so long, didn't realize that it was just the one game. So we've got a crowd filling in as we're about to try and keep play continuing on.
Yes, please.
Well, there's a really good shot of the foot speed of Mochizuki. He'll be happy. Feels like he's getting his teeth into this a little bit now.
15.
Good court coverage. Good drop shot, by the way. He's mixing it up against Tsitsipas, and why not? He doesn't want to go head-to-head from the back of the court if he doesn't have to. Great stretch from the youngster. We talked about a big difference, though, in the serving capabilities, and that's a disadvantage for the Japanese player here. The power difference is quite palpable.
Average first serve speed of Tsitsipas, 194.
So there is the difference in power. Anything above 195 k's an hour, Mochizuki doesn't register. Tsitsipas, if you look at that, both those levels there, it's a vast difference. Tsitsipas, much more power. You can see he's between 195 and 210 k's an hour more than half the time, and then when he really lets it rip, he goes above 210. Sorry. So you get a lot of free points when you have that capability.
$30-15.
Such an intelligent approach. Not going for power there, you're going for depth placement.
$40-15.
That ball comes adorned with all manner of pace and spin. A strong serve after 5 games. And we were talking about the fearsome form of Tsitsipas, and if you're preparing to play against him, you have to understand where his favorite quadrant of execution is off of that shot. And no question, it is that forehand quadrant of Mochizuki. Is for opponents, it's not like he doesn't have the off forehand or the forehand down the line.
Bananas with this side, bananas, all opponent.
Well, just after 9:30 local time here in Melbourne. The lights are on and there's a lot of people at home. Home here is Melbourne Park. Grounds packed with tennis fans. This Margaret Court Arena packed as well. Lovely intimate stadium. Big Greek support. Former finalist, of course, is Tsitsipas.
Well, that's a real innate ability. The great players can do it. I mean, he flattens this out, so he's got to adjust his wrist and the angle of the racket face, flattens this ball out down the line to get more forward speed. What a shot. And changing direction is not so simple.
Well, Fitzy, on that forehand down the line, as Robbie was saying, he likes to hit the cross-court forehand so naturally. As we take a look at Shintaro again, getting forward, using the transition, that's going to be the one area that he can apply some pressure a little bit more comfortably is in transition. But back to the Steph forehand.
Standing a bit deeper to take on the second serve.
15.
Steph does a great job when he does go down the line or when he goes inside out. He keeps the rotation on the ball. He's able to accelerate the outside of the ball as if he was hitting a cross court or an inside in, and still keeps a very natural shape, which gives him great margin even going over the high part of the net. Robbie, I know you like your trivia. I've got a trivia question for you.
Ooh. Okay.
Who do you think Mochizuki's last singles win was against?
At tour level.
Including qualifying.
Sounds like it's a qualifying event, Robbie. Just saying. Well, he didn't do enough for the approach, did he? Stefanos. Look, he looks like he's going to break each time, but hasn't broken through yet. And Mochizuki holding him at bay. But a risk here for Stefanos just to go straight into the two-hander, because that's probably his best shot. And he's got plenty of time. Changes direction, clever. But vulnerable at the net coming in on that forehand.
Game. Mochizuki.
Good hold.
It's a great hold, Robbie. I've got a hint for you if you want it.
No, I think I know.
You've got it?
Well, you mean just last week in Auckland, he lost in qualies to Cerundolo.
No, I'm saying who was his last win?
Oh, win.
Who was his last win? Since October, he's had one win. Actually, Steph right now is changing shoes, as it looks like a little equipment change quickly. You get one equipment change. You can just take the breaks, change some shoes. I'll give you a hint, Bobby.
Was it the other Tsitsipas?
He is on this court as the other Tsitsipas. His only singles win since October.
Yes. At the tour event in Athens, where he played qualies.
He played qualies, and Petros Tsitsipas was his only singles win since October. So a little fun fact for you.
Was it Petros or was it Pavlos?
Let me double check that.
I think it was.
Was it Pavlos, the other Tsitsipas?
That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not 100% sure.
I will.
Maybe it was Apostolos.
Fitzy, was that your last win?
Fair comeback, Ryan.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, you're right. It was Pavlos. It was not Petros. I'm sorry. I stand corrected, but it was a Tsitsipas.
Yep. So maybe the stars will align again this evening for him.
You know, Ryan Harrison is not really down here for the tennis. There's a comedy festival in March. He's staying. I heard he was staying for that. He's going to be in Bright Lights and on Collins Street in March.
I don't know that, man. I don't know if I could pull that off, but hanging around you guys, I feel like it rubs off on me a bit.
Well, that's not necessarily a good thing, right?
You can see why we used to love hanging out with Fitzy and Wally and the boys back in the day.
You know, Ryan Harrison, I thought, was one guy I could actually, rely on. I didn't think he'd turn on me, but that was good, mate.
Love 50. Love 30. $15.30. $15.40.
Amazing, the sport. I think if it was a boxing match, Tsitsipas would be well ahead on points, but he could be about to go down a break.
Mochizuki. New balls, please.
What a turnaround.
Mochizuki leads by 4 games to 3.
4-3 first set with a break. Well, of course, the Tsitsipas forehand that we were highlighting, you can see which quadrant of the court he likes to hit the ball to. The vast majority of the forehands are positioned in that back right-hand corner. And it's so important that Mochizuki is aware of it, positions himself accordingly. And he knows how much Steph enjoys running around his backhand in order to execute the forehand and dictate. That's what he did. He caught him out with that backhand down the line on the last point. But hopefully they've done their homework and they're aware of the Greeks' patterns of play.
Time.
New balls here that Shintaro is serving with. Expect him to come forward no less with these new balls than he's been coming, probably more. They're a bit quicker through the air. He's got a chance here to consolidate that break. It's that famous off forehand that you talk about, Robbie. Great control, isn't it? With it over the low part of the net, there's so much margin for error here between the net being lower and the ball spinning so viciously. Very safe shot with power.
T50.
It almost looks like Shintaro can't get the second ball to Tsitsipas's backhand on the first court. He's going to get a forehand most of the time, especially with the new balls, but trouble serving down the tee with the second ball on the first court there. This one won't be quite as difficult to get it to the backhand, but Tsitsipas will still get his fair share of forehands here. Well, that backhand is a real worry to me.
40-15.
I mean that it just gives away too many free points, Robbie, at this level.
And big misses as well. Sorry to cut in there, Robbie, but you've seen some of these mistakes on the backhand side. They're not all that close.
No. I think as a general rule, the better you are as a tennis player, the smaller margins you miss by. And it is sort of shocking to see some of the backhand misses that Tsitsipas makes for a guy who's made 2 Grand Slam finals and been ranked number 3 in the world. As Ryan said, you know, they're not just missing by 6 inches. They're missing by 6 feet or more. if you miss normally as a great pro like him, it'd be close to the line or into the tape. Made that one up.
Well, Fitzy, I've been on the other side of the net with some of these all-time greats, and just as you said, they send a message even with their mistakes. Whenever you hit it to a certain area and they put a certain hit on the ball, it sends you that message that it's kind of a no-fly zone, and it scares you even if they make the mistake.
Yeah. Well, his forehand is definitely the weaker side, but he uses it effectively in this situation. So the return straight to his forehand. He shortens his swing. He sees Tsitsipas is out of court and he just bunts it down the line. It's not a bad play.
Stefan Edberg used to do that a lot. Understanding how to position himself at the net.
Cain, Mochizuki. Mochizuki leads by 5 games to 3.
Fitzy, what you'll see from Shintaro when he's going well is he's able to get that forehand on the rise before it gets up over his shoulder level. So he uses his body weight and his momentum transferring forward. That's when you see him transitioning a lot. The body weight, it creates power. Although he doesn't have the biggest guns on tour with his arms, he's able to get all of his body weight going forward.
15 left.
Hey, that was clever. That's some class right there. Had to readjust that racket face with his wrist on the slice. He hit that perfectly. And then, well, the last one was just as good, but that one, but the one before the slice, that was impressive. He's gaining in confidence here.
13, 15.
Well, that's the weapon that Shintaro doesn't have. So it's a big advantage to have that and get these 3 points. You accumulate quite a total over 3 or 4 sets.
He is dialed in, isn't he? Yeah. This is as good as I've ever seen him play.
30 on.
I
think he likes these heavier conditions.
I watched him beat Luciano Darderi and Almaty last year. Excuse me. Played really well there. Beat him 3-3. Frustrated the living daylights out of him.
40-30.
This is a different level of competitor in Tsitsipas. And it's a different level of event as well.
Game, Tsitsipas.
Okay, he's taking care of business on his deal. But more importantly, can he find a way to break Mochizuki? We'll find out after the sit-down. Blue and white around the grounds today. Greek fans and the Argentine fans.
Time.
come well prepared. Vast majority of the players from Japan playing with Yonex. It's become a really popular brand of racket over the last decade or so on tour. See if he can wield his Yonex wand for the opening set.
Love.
Just a little heavy-handed. Needed some more revolutions on that forehand to get it to dip.
Guys, there is not a seat open in the house tonight. A lot of buzz over here with what the young player from Japan is doing to Stefanos right now.
Just made an asterisk, though, alongside that backhand. The first one in the rally there. I thought he could have come in, Ryan.
Yeah, he's going to have to keep that pressure on. It's been disruptive. But
yes.
Again, like, look, that return right there, case in point. It's a 15-all. He's got to break back to stay in the set. That second serve comes in at 127 Ks right in the zone, and he nets it.
It's the first thing you learn in junior tennis, really, is to don't give away 3 point on that easy second serve. Make the guy play. So he's trying to be aggressive with it, and he's trying to find his rhythm and his range, just struggling.
I can't understand why Tsitsipas isn't 2 meters to his left here. It's so easy for him to run around that second serve. Use the forehand, stand slightly deeper in the court. It's astonishing to me. Once again, Mochizuki finding his backhand on a second serve. He's got 2 set points.
Game and first set, Mochizuki.
And now he has 1 set to the good.
6 games to 4.
He wins at 6-4.
Love. Love.
2 second serves missed. Understand his frustration, wants to keep the pressure up.
Love. 40-50. Game, Tsitsipas. First game, second set.
Let's see if there's any adjustments with his positioning on any second serves he gets to see of Mochizuki's in this next game.
Guys, I'd like to see Stefanos get a little more fired up. You know, if he starts to get some positive energy going here, you can send a message. It's obviously going to be frustrating. Look, he's not used to making mistakes like this and putting himself in these sorts of situations, but oftentimes your level of play, it becomes a product of your attitude in between the points. And it's not just about not completely losing your mind. It's also about having that positive burst to pick yourself up. And sometimes when it's most difficult is when it's most needed.
Well, it seems like he's got it in his mind to always hit that forehand across court on the first return from the first court, because he sees the backhand. If he finesses it down the line, Shintaro's going to have his backhand across from there. So even though he's lost a few by being out of position, and Mochizuki hitting that approach and coming in off the forehand.
I look at the return of serve and I cannot understand for the life of me why he's not doing it every single time. And in fact, Ryan, I still think he could move another meter to his left and rather reacting after the serve has been hit, be in position before it's being hit.
Is that second serve you're talking
Second
about?
serve, yeah. We know we can catch up to the one down the middle. There we go, but move towards the center rather than out wide here.
Yeah, case in point there, Robbie, when he finds that forehand on the second serve return, his opportunity to get back on offense, it is a massive, massive difference than when he has to play a second serve return on the backhand side.
Clever.
15-40.
He's got some beautiful feel at times, hasn't he?
It's a little bit of Hogwarts stuff on that backhand, isn't it?
Tennis is beautiful, isn't it? It's just got so many styles and techniques. There's different ways to play this game.
$13-40.
A lot of back and forth going on right now between Stefanos and Apostolos.
Why should today be any different, Ryan?
Yeah, I think we can say that again.
Advantage.
What the instruction he's getting from the box is that he's being told to go through the ball a bit more, but you can see the frustration.
It's just a technical weakness, though. I mean, he's leaning backwards. He somehow can't get the racket over the top of the ball on that one. I mean, that was a poor effort to pass.
Yeah. Well, he leads with the elbow. You know, he doesn't get that racket through the ball. The elbow is so far out in front. He's so inside the ball. It's hard for him to get anything on it.
a good athlete, though, isn't he? Tall man, and he can move.
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
Doing whatever he could to bring that forehand into play. Nice bit of elevation, sensation on the smash.
I love the crossover step, too, to get back. There's no... It doesn't draw one foot into the other and go. It slows you down. He crosses over and gets back very quickly. Gee,
Yes.
I'm not sure we need to say anything more on that.
My only thought here is just that it's not going to get better until the belief and the confidence is exuding, and the slumped shoulders and the frustrated conversations. It doesn't lead to better play. We've seen this movie. That's beautiful stuff there from Shintaro, coming in quickly.
Looked like it might be an out ball, that one, but
Yeah.
he made it anyway.
Yeah, he just padding the stats.
No, I think it's going in.
You think it is? Well,
Slight miss hit. It's
okay.
got that hack spin on it, makes it dip.
You've got younger eyes than me, Robbie.
Yes.
Robbie, I'm Team Fitzy on this one. I got to back him up. That thing was gone.
Was it?
It had a lot of heat on it.
Thanks for having my back.
Yeah, you know what? He's feeling sorry for me. That's
I
what
know,
he's
he
doing.
is. He's trying to be nice to you now after you called him out.
I mean, he told me I was playing
Yes.
Super Veterans a couple of minutes ago.
Advantage, Mochizuki.
Guys, do you think we're at the place where you've seen some players who develop the yips on one specific shot? Have we gotten there with it, or is it not there?
Well, it's certainly not brimming with confidence, is it? I mean, that side is so natural. He can hit that in his sleep. It's just produced
Yes.
beautifully, and it's the polar opposite of the other wing.
I can't think I've ever seen a bigger discrepancy between
Yeah.
both sides. I mean, the forehand is, as Robbie said, probably the most dominant forehand in the game, and the backhand is so far below it.
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
It's a masterclass in net play from Mochizuki.
Yes.
He's been outstanding in the forecourt.
Yeah, this chip short from Tsitsipas just allows Mochizuki to use his strength, use that double-hander with no backswing. And that is clever. That's a classy volley to finish, but the approach, well, it was played right into his hands, really.
Ryan, I'm going to answer your
Advantage.
question. I think
Mochizuki.
It's definitely got worse over the last 2 seasons. And 2023, we started to see cracks in the backhand. I just thought he was mishitting it more. 2024, the ranking starts to slide. And 2025, I think those cracks have become major leaks. Especially these last 2 seasons. That backhand is watertight, though.
Ryan, I have a question. Why was Shintaro hesitating there? Was it because the conversation was going on between Stefanos and his father?
Yeah, Steph was actually getting into his return stance and still looking forward and talking audibly to where it was very recognizable what he was saying. Well, I didn't understand what he was saying, but it was frustrated. It was in Greek, and Shintaro just had to take a second, and there was a little nod of disapproval from the chair. Just kind of telling Steph, like, hey, that's a little close to the line of hindrance.
Right.
Love 50. Love 30. Love 40.
Well, you don't like seeing a player of this caliber go through this pain. It's like it's a frustration beyond frustration right now.
15.
But he's in a bit of trouble here, it looks like. I mean, there's going to have to be something change quickly.
Well, that was a great strike there, but, you know, guys, I could see it at the change of ends at 1-0. It just looked like he was bottling so much up on the inside.
Big opportunity missed there. Goodness, he hasn't missed too many of those either. That was one you'd expect him to make after the last 30 minutes. He's been making that beautifully. Got out of jail there, Tsitsipas. Oh, what's happened there? Gee, that was strange.
It was. Wow.
Yeah, Hey guys, I'm watching closely over here right now, and there's a ginger walk about Shintaro, but hopefully he's okay. Sometimes you make a step and your ankle or foot can kind of give out.
Yeah, like an air step.
Yeah. It looks like he's feeling okay though now.
You'd make a brand out of that. There's Shintaro. Well, good body serve there, wasn't it?
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
He looks fine though, doesn't he? Mochizuki. I think it was really strange though, that.
Game.
Well, he survives.
Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas leads by 2 games to 1.
Oh, it's a fascinating passage of play. 2-1, second set.
Tsitsipas camp is calling for the shoes that he was playing with earlier. I think that they're going to change out the laces and give him an extra shoes in his bag.
That's a monumental hold from being down love 40. Early momentum in the second set for Mochizuki.
They've also got a separate racket over here that they're going to send on court for Steph. So equipment, shoes being tied and laced up by Dad. A lot of stuff going on in the corner right now. Everybody's working overtime.
Sorts of work going on there. Oh, Tsitsipas Senior is hard at work, of course. I think it was a shoelace gate that Tsitsipas was involved in. It was Washington, I think it was, against Kyrgios, where he kept popping the laces on his shoes. Just wondering, Ryan, how much mental scoring there might be for Mochizuki after being up love 40. The service game's very important.
It's extremely important, especially because of that last service game. He gave Steph a few looks himself. That's beautifully managed there. You rewind back to the 30-40 point where he tried to go nuclear with that backhand down the line and overhit it with the way that Steph has been struggling with his backhand. Would have far preferred to see him do what he did there and make Steph have to play a backhand, even if it was a short slice, just anything on that side of the court.
Is he feeling something in his foot?
Yeah, I'm worried about that now.
Yeah, he's reaching and touching at the top of his foot, on his right foot.
I hope there's no stress, something like a stress fracture or something beginning there.
There's definitely something going on there.
He looks okay. You know, sometimes that spot there, if you put a little too much pressure and you jam it, it can feel uncomfortable, but it's not a place where you get a serious injury. So I think he's fine. I think it just might feel a little tender. And
we're hearing he's called the trainer, Ryan. So there's certainly an issue, though, isn't there?
yeah.
Oh. It's on the same side of the court as Shintaro.
It's like the Bermuda Triangle down there.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Guys, can I come up there with you guys? I'm getting a little worried being too close to the court.
Yeah, you're off the surface.
40, 30. Yes. Advantage, Tsitsipas.
Oh, two wounded athletes out here.
Tsitsipas leads by 3 games to 1.
It's all happening. Being
Well, Robbie, I'm less worried about Tsitsipas than I am about Shintaro. There's an issue in his right foot, and that's an unusual spot.
Left. T15.
it's more like it.
40-15.
Really has been a dynamic duo throughout the course of his career. Big first serve, forehand thereafter to back it up.
Game, Tsitsipas.
Just like that, he extends the lead to 4-1
Tsitsipas leads
after
by
being in a
4 games
world
to
of
1.
hurt on his previous service game.
Natsu's been with them since he was young.
Is he also based in Bradenton, Florida?
He is, yeah. He was actually at IMG Academy for a long time. Same program that brought Cain to Florida.
Right.
Let's take
What was it, Operation 45? Was that what it was called?
Yeah, when they were trying to get Kei to break the record for the highest ranked Japanese player ever. I think he did. He cracked 45 and went all the way up to top 5 in the world with Nishikori.
That was probably Shuzo Matsuoka.
That's exactly who it was. That's a great recollection there.
Fantastic guy. Matsuoka-san.
Unbelievable.
Now that's a shot you play when there's no real pressure around usually. So he's down 4-1. He feels like there's no pressure in this set really. Just throwing a bit of caution to the wind, and he just goes for an incredible drop volley.
I think it's so much spin.
30-15.
It looks to me like both physios have worked miracles.
Yeah, I was saying just a moment ago, there's a feeling that some of this is nervousness as well. You know, some of these guys are nervous. You're trying to work through, and you're a little bit worried about your body, but I do think both these guys are physically fine. I hope I'm right. Funny when Steph gets that point, he just releases the hand through it like that. He hits him really well. This is the one that he gets the racket face through the ball. Watch the extension here. This is what you're looking for on a consistent basis, the way he opens up the chest and gets all the way through it. That's got to happen more often.
Oh, wonderful awareness. And that ball's coming slowly too. You've got to hit the volley. You've got plenty of options, haven't you, Nick?
Well, you can see how clever he is when he's got time, and he's not overpowered from the back of the court. So, you know, some of the modern guys are so powerful that he mightn't get a chance to use his skill as much. He's done some great stuff tonight.
He's won 20 out of 27 points at the net, Fitzy. And in this set alone, 7 out of 7. He's been perfect.
Game. Mochizuki, new balls, please. Tsitsipas leads by 4-2.
New ball, so Shintaro is going to change his racket, sending a racket back into the stringer.
And just getting back to the IMG deal.
Yeah.
That was Mr. Masaki Morita, who was the head of Sony at the time. And of course, he sponsors and supported many different sportsmen and women through his Morita Fund. Kei Nishikori, of course, really putting it on the map. Shintaro was a benefactor of support as well.
And Natsu came with him. He was there at a young age, and so these guys, and Shintaro is one of the few that, I mean, they're there at a young age. You know, I'm talking, I don't know the exact age, but 12, 13, 14 years old, away from their families.
Yep, Rei Sakamoto. Remember that name, folks. He's another one who's benefited from the help of the Morita Fund.
And Natsu, his coach who's here with him, he's been with them for a very long time. He's more like a father figure as well, because you think about leaving your country where you are so familiar and going to a foreign country. And Natsu's been with him the whole way. They had one period where when Natsu was leaving the academy and was going solo, Shintaro stayed with the academy and had a little trial period with other coaches, but ultimately came back to Natsu, who he's so familiar with.
Flexibility and versatility on this forehand, just holds it there. Well, it was simple, very simple, but he waited, didn't he? Just with the backswing, waited for Shintaro to move.
Tsitsipas.
Much more effective behind his first serve in this set.
Leads by 5-2.
Good lead, 5-2. Get the feeling.
Time.
This one's still got a long way to go. Melbourne Park in all her glory.
Yeah, boys, I think we need to buckle up. This has got 5-setter written all over it.
Can't tell you that Rei Sakamoto, who qualified also from Japan, the youngster, was up against another youngster, and Rafael Jodor of Spain. Jodor came out on top, 5 sets. That would have been a good popcorn match to watch. 3 hours and 51 minutes.
Have you seen Jodor?
Gives it a good smack, doesn't he?
Is he as good as people say? Yeah?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Absolutely is.
Some great new names coming.
That guy will be top 20 for sure. I'm just putting it out there.
Even though it's a different scoring format, had a win over Lerner Tien in his first round robin match at the next gen before losing the next two. Lerner went on to win it.
Mochizuki.
Okay, good hold.
Tsitsipas leads by 5-3.
Not too many 64-second holds in the ATP career of Shintaro.
Love, 15.
I like the improvisation there at the end of range. Just opening up the racket face, trying to make that chip return. Nothing in it.
$15.30.
Oh, that has kissed the line. Just enough wrist action to get it to dip down.
Well, I didn't really see this coming. You guys might have had more of an inclination. This is turning into a very average effort to serve out a set here.
$30.40.
Still got one more chance, has Mochizuki to break. Didn't even need to be that close to the sideline.
Yes.
Tsitsipas was making that big lean to his left to protect his backhand. Acres of real estate down the line.
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
It's amazing how quickly things can change. 2 points ago if he makes the backhand. We're on serve. Now it's a set point for Tsitsipas.
Game in, second set, Tsitsipas.
And I tell you what, the finish there from Mochizuki was not a good one. He was
6
limping
games to 3,
after
1-7.
that missed backhand. Steph squares things up at a set apiece. Let's see how this one unfolds.
15 left.
Robbie Koenig alongside John Fitzgerald. Courtside, we've got Ryan Harrison.
Well, for Shintaro, it's so important here to keep that scoreboard pressure on. We saw what happened with Steph and his box and the back and forth early on. And Shintaro had that love 40 early stages second set to really drive the nail in and just couldn't convert. He's got to try and stay with that scoreboard pressure here early stages third set.
Ryan, what do you think? Is it worth
40
thinking about chipping the backhand return? If he does that, Shintaro might sneak in a few times on the volley, but at least avoid giving away 2 opening points here for no reason and being down 30 love before you start. He just seems like it's not an option. He just keeps swinging at that one-hander, and it's just fraught with so much I don't know, so much danger all the time.
Technically, his slice doesn't have that same sort of zip on it that you'd see from Dimitrov or Roger. Obviously, he does so many things great on the forehand side, and he's such a great athlete, great server. So, you know, he does so many things so well, but he's not the most natural slicer of the ball. And I believe that's why there's a reluctance to lean on it, because I don't think he trusts himself to really get it down. To me, just what's in his arsenal, his best bet is to try and stay committed and stay through it. I think that a couple chips would be fine, maybe in a matchup where someone's not as comfortable coming forward, but Shintaro would, as you said, be serving and volleying in transition on nearly every ball.
Oh, one of his better ones. That'll light the crowd up. That's world class right there. And we know he's an athlete. So he covered the court well, defended well, and then this forehand's quite extraordinary down the line.
Was the ball kid dropping the catch off the backboarding. And the feel on that shot is exquisite.
Well, I think that's why, that just answers the question. That's why Tsitsipas wants to go across court to the Shintaro forehand when he can. He can't quite get enough purchase on this one. Yeah, and he eats that for breakfast.
Wait, please, wait, please.
Oh no, there's a ball girl is getting sick.
Guys, let us sit down because we're going to have to play.
Yeah, she's just been sick on the court, and we're going to have to stop and have a clean up here. I mean, it's such tough conditions to be out here all day.
Tom, she's getting gloves.
Good reaction, I think, from the umpire and everyone. The players very understanding, as they should be, and yeah, she just started vomiting, didn't she?
Element of playing these long 3 out of 5 set matches.
Maybe this break might help him a little bit. It might help him just take his mind off it for a while and start again now. It's been a considerable break.
Yeah, possibly. Give him a little reset after losing that second set, and the way that he did with that second serve return, trying to get back on serve. You know, he really let Tsitsipas off the hook. As you said, Tsitsipas was trying to give the break back.
So here they go. Big point, this first one, after a break.
Time.
What was that, 7 or 8 minutes?
Advantage, Mochizuki. Yes.
That's why it's a big point. Now, he's under threat here. First game of the third.
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
I'll tell you what, he's certainly getting fired up, whether it's with frustration or whether tactically he's found something. That backhand didn't look like the cleanest, but it's gone in. Sometimes being committed to the course will bring you some good fortune.
Yes. Let her serve.
Oh, that's absolute stunner.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd volley that across court
Advantage.
Yeah.
to this forehand. Why would you do that?
Yeah, no reason for that. This is the chip, though, that I was saying earlier, Fitzy. You can see that's eye-level volley. As you said, that's just a poor target, but the consistency with that chip, I think that's one of the reasons why we don't see him do it more frequently.
Game, Tsitsipas.
What a difference when he gets that backhand return into play, gets in the rally.
First game, third set.
Still not the cleanest of backhands, but good enough to get the job done. Such a tricky one, isn't it? Because I think he should be chipping that backhand return into play, especially off the first serve, more. Even though it does float, at least it goes in, because the last time I checked, Fitzy, 100% of the returns you don't make, you don't win the point. So even when he chips that return high and it's an easy volley for Shintaro, you're in the point, right? You've got a chance to then make the passing shot, which he did. So you have to be in it.
You've missed your calling.
Well, Robbie, I love that stat from you right there. That's innovative stuff there.
Ryan, he missed his calling.
I know.
He should have been a brain surgeon.
This is a love triangle here. I'm giving you a hard time. He's giving me a hard time.
Ron, I've told you before, the sport is not rocket science. It's much more complicated.
Well, it's becoming a significant break, that one, isn't it? The players had.
Most definitely. Shintaro had the advantage.
40 love.
Made a couple mistakes there out the gate, obviously. Redirected that one high volley into the strong side of Tsitsipas. So I want that one back here now, facing an early break.
And this recent sequence might just turn his confidence around.
Tsitsipas leads by 2 games to 0. 15 love.
Okay, he times that one, he gets away with it.
15 on.
I don't want to get too bold, but I just can't imagine how well he's going to have to hit his serve and his forehand if to go deep in this tournament if his backhand remains like this. It's such an Achilles heel right now. I mean, he's going to have to play out of his shoes on the serve and forehand.
30-15.
Maybe it's all confidence, but some change is going to be needed.
And I can tell you next up for the win of this match is Thomas Mahach. Coming off a win in Adelaide, and he's just taken care of Grigor Dimitrov in straight sets.
Hey, he's a serious player. I saw him play the final of Adelaide live. What a talent.
Guys, I want to give a little love to the Tsitsipas backhand. Watch the way he transfers his body weight through here. This is what you're looking to see.
Yeah.
Great release. Gets that ball through the court. Heavy topspin, but going through the court. That was a much better strike.
Gee, he's a compassionate guy, Ryan, isn't he? Gotta love that.
Game. Mochizuki.
Just means you've got a good heart, Ryan.
Well, Shintaro right here, he's looking like he's having another issue, this time with the right hand, right forearm. Let's keep an eye on that. He's been shaking it out.
The only thing I'd say is that backhand that you were talking about, it is slow. It's in the middle of the court. And Tsitsipas had all day to prepare and go after it. So there's not too many top players that are going to be giving him that luxury on the backhand side.
I mean, that goes back to my point, Robbie, and I love a good debate, so I'll go ahead and get to my point. I don't think the top players, well, here we go. Let's take a look at this first.
Time.
Yeah, clearly feeling something there. We'll come back to that because obviously right now we got to watch closely on the Shintaro forearm, but I don't think that the top players are going to be letting him get away. Tsitsipas with that floaty chip, that's kind of where I'm thinking his head's at with his commitment to try and hit it a bit more. Just thinking that, you know, as he builds his way through, he's got to think about what he needs in order to make a deep run, and it's not a chip like that.
Sort of caught between a rock and a hard place, though, isn't it? Because
sorry, are we talking about the return of serve or that short backhand that you were commenting on?
Well, they go hand in hand, right? So you're thinking about what's going to help get him later into draws. You know, and saying that the short backhand, he's not going to get those opportunities against top opposition. The thought is that for someone like Stefanos, he's not concerned about trying to make the second round or third round. He has a belief system of what he thinks he's going to need in order to make a real deep run at this.
Reality is,
15.
2025, these were his results at the majors. First round, second round, first round, second round. And if you rewind it to July of 2024, it sounds like this, Fitzy. Second round, first round, first round, second round, first round, second round. So he's got to be worrying about making the second week of a major before he worries about winning this thing.
Game, Tsitsipas.
Yeah, well, you can only think about the match ahead of you, in front of you, can't you? And yeah, maybe in the back of your mind, you're remembering what it was like a couple of years ago, and you did give it a deep run, but he's got to improve with confidence and his whole game to get that opportunity again.
I believe it's a mentality thing. I believe it's mental. I believe that the way that he's thinking and managing the emotions throughout the match are going to be key for him. There's a visible and known driver emotionally on the court and a passenger, and you can see it sometimes flip throughout the match. And when you play top players, they have a way of making you feel like you're the passenger and they're driving the match, and it's on their terms. And that's not just the way they play tennis, it's the way that they walk and talk and have this sort of aura about them in between points as well as during the points.
There's a lot going on with Mochizuki, the foot, the wrist now. It's tough enough with his stature to try and compete against these kind of players who have serious firepower. You need to be 100% healthy just to be able to have a run with them, let alone beat them. Very efficient, so plenty of that in the opening set. Doesn't try and hit that backhand too hard because he's taking it early. It's all about shot placement.
Game, Mochizuki.
The second serve doesn't find the other side of the net for Tsitsipas. Mochizuki reduces the arrears, but he's still down a break.
Tell you one thing, this match is taking a long time. We're 3-2 in the third. They've been going 2 hours and 10 minutes.
It's been quite disjointed.
Love 15.
What a perfectly placed return. Brings the backhand into play. And that's a sweet spot. Can do anything with that shot.
There's a bit of pressure with that catch, isn't there?
15 on.
The ball boy was feeling a little pressure. I think he handled it beautifully. Oh, it popped nearly. Oh. Good man.
$15.30.
Yeah.
$15.40. $13.40.
One more chance for Mochizuki.
Yes.
Both haven't been great on their break points converted. Mochizuki's converted on 2 of 11. Tsitsipas 1 of 8.
Advantage, Tsitsipas. New balls, please.
Well, it saved him there, and that's a pretty important game.
Tsitsipas leads by 4 games to 2.
It could have really brought Shintaro back to the pack.
Tell you what, that could have popped the wrist as well. You know what it's like when that ball's in there. The wrist is in a compromised position. Could have done some damage, even more.
In my experience, typically when you tear something or when you strain something, the pain doesn't let up. You know, the start and stop thing is usually cramping or some sort of muscle spasm. The pain when you have a micro tear or a tear that you're playing with, it's pretty much constant unless you are able to do something to relieve it with an anti-inflammatory or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did take something at the change of ends. So the doctor was out there.
I don't know that it would have kicked in 5 minutes, though. But maybe I'm wrong.
Stepping in even closer for the second serve return.
Well, that beat Shintaro because it was so short.
Yeah, it's going to go down as a second serve point one, but it's not one convincingly, is it? It's
Well,
got all kinds of hack spin on.
Yeah, it must have just cleared the net, and it almost bounced. Well, it didn't almost bounce twice, but it was very short, wasn't it? He just couldn't reach for it. Strange point. Well, break here opens this set right up and really makes Tsitsipas the favourite now. Love 40. Gets a bit of luck here. Hits the tape, just snicks it and goes over.
Three chances to secure a double break.
I mean, there was no control on that, was there? That's just hit and hope.
Tell you,
30-40.
break points one for Tsitsipas, 2 out of 13 now. My maths isn't great, but even, oh no, those are poor numbers. 15% conversion rate. Oh, that's filthy feel. That was a bit naughty, but so nice.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a clever volley. I think that's what you were saying, Robbie. I thought he was in trouble there, but great feel.
Advantage, Mochizuki.
Yeah, if he was in a confident mood, surely he would have broken there and run away with his set and then really been on the fly early in the fourth. But it still becomes a battle when you're not. And the confidence is not there. This game becomes a tough gig.
Yes. Advantage, Tsitsipas.
Beautiful spread of the courts, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's his famous shot, really, isn't it? That and the inside in that you love so much, Robbie. They're both just super weapons.
Tsitsipas.
He'll take it however he can get it. He's got a double break now.
Tsitsipas leads by 5 games to 2. Time.
Still a couple of matches going on at Melbourne Park. Naomi Osaka has just completed her match on Rod Laver Arena, this one on the Margaret Court Arena. I can tell you on John Cain, the two Aussie women are locked in a battle royale, Inglis and Burrell.
Osaka was down 4-3 a break in the final set and reeled off 3 games in a row to get the W. So good from her.
Just begging himself for more margin of error.
$40-15.
Serve has been very efficient in this set for Tsitsipas. 2 set points.
Game and third set, Tsitsipas.
Ace number 13 seals the deal for 2 sets to 1 lead.
2 sets to 1.
Greek looking good now. Set number 4.
15 left.
Well, if you're joining us for the first time this evening, and the opening set, actually for the first half of it, it was all Tsitsipas dominating, securing breakpoint opportunities but couldn't convert. The first time Mochizuki got a look at one, he was able to break, served out the set. Almost stole it from under the nose of Tsitsipas. Things were going quite well at the start of the second set for Mochizuki. Third game, he was 40 love up on serve and then got broken, and that's when the tide started to turn. But I can tell you, it hasn't been a match of high quality. It's been a lot more misses, a disjointed match, I think the best way of putting it. Medical timeouts, injuries. A lot more unforced errors than winners.
40-15.
But sometimes, on nights like these, Ryan, you will know it all too well. You've played at the highest level. You just have to find a way to win. And then get a good night's sleep and come back tomorrow.
Well, that's kind of been the theme for Tsitsipas here. Obviously, the first set was so many ups and downs, and Mochizuki ultimately got through it. But then if you look at the last two sets, there's been a lot of adversity, but in all that adversity, Tsitsipas has relatively comfortably won 6-3, 6-2. So he's trying to trend in the right direction as this match carries on.
Game, Mochizuki. First game, fourth set.
It's good for Mochizuki to get out in front there. Obviously important to try and keep that scoreboard pressure on, as we've talked about. Still a little bit of signs of annoyance from Steph, despite having two sets rolling now. That first serve is oftentimes, when he's had a couple mistakes, it's bailed him out on several occasions.
Tell you what, this kid's got good hands. No doubt about that.
15.
Forays forward have been numerous. He's come in 39 times and he's won 28 of them. Cover the line, as Fitzy says, but you can always have the lunge cross court up your sleeve. Oh, no way.
30.
Once again there, Mochizuki off a first serve has done an unbelievable job of finding the backhand of Tsitsipas. It's uncanny how often he's been able to do it, but still wasn't able to make any inroads in that third set particularly. It's two gilt-edged opportunities. Just got to keep a lid on those unforced errors.
Game, Tsitsipas.
So just have a quick look at this graphic. This is
One game.
the Tsitsipas serve +1 in set number 2. He finds the forehand 62% of the time. In set number 3, just 25% of the time.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
We had to double check, didn't we?
Well, the +1 means that after the serve, his next shot.
Yeah.
So he's a serve forehand player.
Yes.
And that graphic's telling us that that's got to be to do with Mochizuki and how accurate he's been on the return.
Exactly.
Because Mochizuki wants him to have to hit a backhand. He doesn't want Tsitsipas to be able to serve and then get a forehand the next shot.
And we know how good Tsitsipas is at jumping around that backhand. That's what makes it so impressive. But still, he wasn't able to break or win the set.
It's like you on the dance floor.
Oh. Serve +1. Normally, you know, the Greek is bringing that forehand into play 85–90% of the time.
Whenever he can.
Yeah.
Whenever he's got a choice, he takes a forehand.
Yep.
Well, guys, this is dangerous territory for Mochizuki. You can see the body language has been dropping. He's trying to bounce around and get himself back up. He knows this is a really, really big hole. Has not won a point since he missed that volley off the great return. Which was a horrible shot selection from him. He was behind the service line, coming forward off a beautiful return, and tries a drop volley that was a very ambitious shot selection. Now he faces triple break point.
Really? You got to make that backhand.
That one back as well. That's a cheap forehand error to gift another break to Tsitsipas. He will take it with open arms. He's looking good now. 2-1 in the fourth. Well, these guys played just a couple of weeks ago at the United Cup, and it was a straightforward affair. This evening has been anything but. Finally, Tsitsipas getting control of the reins now in this fourth set. Definitely found some good accuracy on the serve.
40 love.
Call that a bomb. 211. Opening his shoulders.
Serve really started to improve right around 4-2 in that third set. Was in a bit of trouble, saved some break points.
Game. Tsitsipas.
Since then, he really has been on point.
Tsitsipas leads by 3 games to 1.
It's one thing improving a first serve percentage, but when you do it with pace and accuracy, then it's meaningful. You know, just serving it to a nice big target of safety in the service box. You can see there the uptick tail end of the third, early stages of the fourth here. It's been money. To a player knowing his way around the forecourt. Mochizuki, for me, has got to be one of the top 2 or 3. When you're having a look at the top 100 players. Well, let's include him. So, one of the top top 112 players. Tough to defend that kind of passing shot. You ask any great
15 on.
Any great volleyer, which is the toughest passing shot to defend, and it's the one down the line. It's the most direct way past you. Even if the volleyer does get it, the opponent knows where the next volley is going to go, so he can take off to cover the cross.
Well, he's showing us a bit of athleticism. No one's argued against that. He sure is an impressive athlete. And when that forehand starts to light up, it's dangerous. But the one before, you're talking about the one down the line, Robbie, that was a beauty he hit. He used his athleticism, had the balance on the right foot, and then that racket head speed on the forehand. Good by anybody's standards.
The money maker for Tsitsipas.
15-40.
Nice change of pace with the backhand slice, and then once he's got that inside and forehand into play, it's all she wrote.
Game Tsitsipas.
And finally now, Tsitsipas in full control of this match. 2 sets to 1 and a double break. He's looking good for his place in the second round.
Please have some water. Some water, please.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Time.
Melbourne Park with the beautiful illumination on day 3 of our live coverage of the AO 2026. Nighttime tennis is always filled with plenty of energy. So 10 minutes before midnight here in Melbourne. Tsitsipas not going to put this match on ice sooner rather than later.
Love 15.
So we talked about the +1, the shot after the serve. That's his bread and butter right there. Good first serve. The opponent struggles to get the return back. He takes it on his favourite wing and clocks it.
30-15.
I'll tell you what, there's been a massive uptick in that first serve of Tsitsipas. He's improved out of sight in the last 20 minutes or so.
Great volley. Oh, Robbie Cain, you would have been happy with that.
Are you kidding me? It's scandalous.
30-all.
Guys, that was right here in front of me. And watch this little turnaround move after this. Not only did he make it the 360.
Thought he was in Hollywood there. Beautiful shot.
40-30.
Fitzy, did you have the turnaround 360 volley, or did you ever go for the diving volley? What was your cool shot?
I fell on my face a few times.
On purpose?
Well, Fitzy invented the topspin forehand volley right at the end of range. Another little flicker, Ryan. That was Fitzy's invention.
That was not one I ever figured out how to do.
He talks me up sometimes, Ryan. You know, everyone else is talking about super veterans.
None of the super veterans are paying respects.
I was on the receiving end of that topspin forehand volley on one occasion.
You guys played against each other?
Yeah, many moons ago.
Am I allowed to ask?
Robbie's actually older than me.
Yeah, Fitzy got me.
Fitzy got you. Singles, doubles?
Singles. You would have got me in doubles every day of the week.
You're too
Best
kind.
on the planet. This one is quickly coming to its conclusion. 1-5 for Mochizuki.
He's freed his shoulders up, hasn't he? There's still a lot of frame in that backhand, but he's freed his mind and his shoulders up a bit, and he's making it now.
I think if I'm analysing this match from a Tsitsipas point of view, I would go back and have a look at the number of second serve returns he's missed and how he's missed them.
Yeah, and how do you fix that? That's the question they all have to ask, isn't it?
Yep. It's been really good when coming forward, but just in this fourth set, starting to fall behind the 8 ball with net points won. Just 8 minutes shy of 3 hours, this one. And Tsitsipas has arrived at match point. Beautiful choreography of how Mochizuki plays this game.
Yes.
Wonderful courtcraft feel. Thoroughly enjoying this time out here on center stage, Margaret Court Arena.
Advantage, Mochizuki. Game, Mochizuki. New balls, please.
Well, he's sticking around, and the Japanese fans are delighted. But for how much longer is the question?
Leads by 5 games to 2.
Fitzy, you've had a good look at Shintaro now. What do you make of his game? He's still young.
Yeah, I can see how he probably dominated the juniors and was very competitive there. And but I can also see how he's had a bit of trouble transitioning into the pros. The power is different.
Yes.
So and it's tough with his height and his strength how he can out-hit guys like this. But tonight he showed us, how he's a thinking man's player, how he varies it, how he does have variation in his game, and he needs it because you can't go toe-to-toe with the big hitters. So I think a good future. He's a great competitor. Wants to play, and he is young. He needs a few years to mature. A bit more strength, I think, wouldn't hurt.
Plenty of room for improvement for Shintaro. Just having a look at the last couple of matches that he's played, the first serve percentage has been low for somebody who likes to serve and come in. That'll be something that he and his team will be looking to improve right now. He needs to try and break Tsitsipas with the new balls to stay in the tournament.
15 left.
The serve has been so impressive for the last set and a half for Steph. take a fair bit of confidence from that.
That's impressive. Take this on the rise and control it across, deliberately goes away. Takes a lot of control.
Two hours, 57 minutes. 2 more match points for Tsitsipas.
Game, set, match, Tsitsipas.
Steph
3 sets to
Tsitsipas
1. 4-6, 6-3, 6-2,
in a
6-2.
cagey encounter. He was tested in many different parts of his game. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And he finished with considerable aplomb. He's gone 1 step better than what he did in 2025. And who knows how far he will go in 2026. But he's made a good start. He is through to round number 2 in 4 sets over Shintaro Mochizuki of Japan. Thoughts on his performance?
Well, he did what he had to do tonight. There was times when he struggled. You know, when you look back and you see that scoreline, it's sort of a bit weird to me. He lost the first 6-4 and probably for the majority of the first set was the better player. Shintaro stole that. The crowd loved him, didn't they? And a popular young man. And the crowd very appreciative of his efforts. Will continue to improve. And a great experience for him here too. But the second, third and fourth was 6-3, 6-2, excuse me, 6-3, 6-2, 6-2. So you look at that scoreline and you think that was